Okay, I'm on the penultimate stitch. I do like to get that word in every video. And on the last stitch, I am going to change to, I'm going to snip off the pesto. Need to fasten that off, and I'm going to change to turquoise to add a lovely little decorative edge. So change to turquoise. Oh, beautiful, look at that. And turn the work. Okay, so that we're now going back in the other direction again. Love this so much. And what this next row is going to do is help flatten out those those bra tops and make them sort of sit nicely. Okay, so for one chain, that doesn't count as anything. What we're going to do is put double crochet into the 27 stitches leading up to the top, the bra top there. So one double at the base of that chain and 27, the rest of the 27 off I go. Okay, so just all the way along, whoops, normal double crochet in each of these until you get to the tops. Okay, so I'm now on the last stitch of the panel, and I'm going to start going up and over the bra top. And what I'm going to do is do one chain to get just to get me over there, and then one double crochet and one chain all the way around, and it will create like a little sort of frill thing. What frill thing? That's terrible. A frill effect. One double crochet, one chain all the way around the top. One double crochet, one chain. Not really create a frill. It will sort of facilitate what comes next anyway. Okay, all the way around the top. I'll see you when we get to the middle, because we're just going to do a little something different when we get there. Okay, I'm working my way down. I'm nearly at the centre point. Did I do a chain there? I did not. I missed a chain. Did I? Oh no, I didn't. I'm nearly at the centre point. So I just wanted to show you what happens there. Be there. One more, I think. Double crochet, one chain, and now in that center point between the two there is just about one, it's tricky to get to but it is there, one unworked stitch. So I'm going to just put a slip stitch into it. I think, is it there? Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to go back up and over the top of the other one. So we're going to do sort of reverse it. So we've got to start with a chain. So one chain, one double crochet around the top, and off we go again. All the way over the top. One chain, one double crochet, all the way over the top until we get to the other side. Okay, so I am now on the very last stitch there. And do I need a, yes, I do need a chain. And then I'm going to go and just put double crochet in every one of these till the end of the strap. And what it will do, as I said to you, is just even it all out so it starts to sit a lot better. But this being cotton, you can give it a nice sort of block afterwards. I think we're going to add some silver, so you can't go over it with an iron, but you couldn't at the end, but you could give it a little steam after this stage if you wanted to, I think. I might do that, or I might just block it at the end. We'll see how it turns out. So all the way along till the end. Okay, and last stitch. And I'm going to fasten off this yarn at the end here. We don't need to join anything in or anything, and we're not going to turn because we're going to carry on. We're going to come back to working with this side, this front side facing us. So keep it that way up. If you want to give it a little block or a press, you can do, but you could wait and do that at the end as well, which will also work beautifully. So we're going to join in the silver yarn now and work all the way around. Right, we're on row 4 now. My bikini definitely needs some sort of blocking, I've decided, overnight. So I'll probably do that at the end, just to keep it. It's going to be sewn in place on Marilla, but I think she deserves nice things, so I'm going to make it all flat and lovely for her. So where we finished, we haven't turned the work, so the work is still, the front side is still facing us, and we're going to be joining in silver, which is always a joy, isn't it? We're going to go back to the beginning, so right over to the start of the strap over here, and join the yarn into the very first stitch. So I'm just going to pull up a loop, and then we're going to make a chain. Okay, so just as we've done before, we're just going to do a double crochet across this strap until we get to the edge of the shaped part here. So I'll whiz along there and I'll see you at the edge of the shaped part here. Right, so I've worked a double crochet all the way along the strap, and I've got to the shaped part. What does she call the shaped bra panel? There you go. I've worked and I've got across to the bra panel, so I've just got one more, maybe 2 more stitches to do. Yeah, 2 more. And then what you're going to do is the same thing that you did before, which is this 1 double crochet, 1 chain all the way around, but you're going to do those stitches into the chain spaces that you created on the row before, so you can see, you know, there's fresh air through there. That's where I'm going to start. So 1 double crochet, 1 chain, and then into the next space, 1 double crochet, 1 chain. Gives a really pretty effect. I'm having to be very gentle with this yarn, which is, you know, or careful or elegant, I don't know. Have a light touch with it, which does not come naturally to me. I think I've forgotten to do a chain there. See when you undo it, you can fray it, so just be gentle with it. But if you do fray it, it will sort itself out after a couple of stitches, so don't worry. So just 1 double crochet and 1 chain all the way around, okay, and nothing happens until we get to the centre, so I'll see you at the centre. Right, I'm coming to the last few stitches, and I've got 1 double crochet, 1 chain, and then in that last chain space I'm going to put 1 double crochet but no chain. So we're now at the centre point, and I'm going to do a spike stitch again into row 2, so pretty much where that blue spike stitch is already, I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to put my hook right through it and pick up the yarn, bring it up and finish off the stitch. So it just gives that longer stitch there, the spike stitch, into the center point. So then we're going to carry on. We're going to go all the way back over this bra panel. So exactly the same thing as before. Double crochet and 1 chain in every chain space all the way around. Okay, so I'm in the last chain space now, so I'm going to make that my last double crochet. My silver yarn, hooray! It's in a bit of a tangle. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to drop that down there and not even think about it. Right, so what I'm going to do to finish is work a double crochet in every stitch of the strap, just as we did at the beginning. Okay, so that's not rocket science, is it? You can do that too. So I'm going to finish that off, and then we'll do the last bit, which is putting some silver underneath. So I see you in a minute. Right, I've finished the top part, so I'm just going to cut that and fasten that off. I've got a few ends to sew in, but I won't do that just yet. So lovely, there we go, very beautiful sparkly bikini top. It is a little, it doesn't sort of sit flat, so at the end we've got one more bit to do, but at the end, like I said, I'm probably going to just wet that a tiny bit with some water and pin it out, or even lay it out flat and let it dry, and it will flatten and sit really neatly and nicely. But we've got one more thing to do before we get to that point, and we're going to put some silver along this bottom edge. We're not going to turn, we're going to turn this way so that it's upside down, and just work all the way along that bottom edge with a double crochet. So we're still maintaining this side as the front of the bikini, but we're working into the bottom edge. So the bottom edge is the cast on edge. Right, so we're going to join our yarn in the bottom edge, the sort of starting chain of this. Let's just get this back where it needs to be. We'll pull that through. Okay. And oh, it's really quite slippery, this yarn, isn't it? I'm going to secure it with, oh, that's not long enough. Let's try that again. It really does fall through your fingers, doesn't it? Let's pull it through. I need 4 more hands if possible, if anyone's got any going spare. Pull a loop through it and give it a tighten up. Once it's kind of secure, it's fine, but to start with, it's a little slippery as this yarn, I think. Right, so it's secured on that bottom edge, and I'm just going to put a double crochet into the bottom of every stitch, going all the way along the bottom of the bra. So there's one, let's do another one in that bottom stitch. Okay, gently all the way along. Right, I'll finish this and we'll have a little look at it at the end when it's finished, so we can see the finished effect. Right, it's done. So I've got a few ends to sew in, and it's a little bit curly. As I said to you, I'm going to give it a little block. But there is a very pretty, absolutely fit for a mermaid bikini top.